Okay, this is video 2 of the soil sampling videos. If you did not see the first one, check my profile and it should be on there. So now we're going to the crop protection, and I'll probably hit foliar here. So we actually grabbed 2 samples of dirt. The first one is for nutrients. The rest of it, like all of this, the crop protection and the foliar and the biofertility, we actually do it. We recommend 20-acre zones. You can go bigger. We can adjust it however we want. And we don't care about a specific point. We kind of want to get a broad range of what's all out there completely. So when we hit the field, while we're scanning every 60 feet with our scanner for nutrients and things, we are also grabbing a separate sample for this stuff. And in a 20-acre grid or zone, we will grab a minimum of 12 samples across that whole square. Sometimes we pull up to 16. It just depends how the field lays out and how the dirt's coming in. And then we send that to our soil DNA lab, where we break down the soil particle by particle. So there's other companies that do biology tests and things like that. They use a soil respiration test, which just kind of does a broad overall of what, if there's biology out there or not. Whereas we break it down particle by particle. There's over 10 million data points taken off of each dirt sample, and we're identifying every little particle of that soil. And so, like rootworm eggs, we'll count rootworm eggs. There just happens to not be any in this field. If there were, the View Details tab would come up. You could click on it, opens up another screen, and say one had like 20. You can click on it, and it'll tell you if it was northern or western corn rootworm. Those are our 2 biggest problems we have in our area. And the reason that's important is because if you have northern, we know that northern has extended diapause and can survive a year without emerging or hatching. So if you go corn, soybeans, corn, a lot of guys used to be able to put a double pro corn in after their beans. Well, if they have northern and they didn't hatch, they could still be in that soil and they would hatch the next year it was corn, so you may still have a rootworm problem. So if you only put a double stack, you may not have the protection you need. And we actually had that happen this year for one of our customers, so it was very eye-opening. Hopefully, he made the right decisions to do what he needed to do with it. And so yeah, we got all the diseases. So you click on the View Details, and you can click on each square, and it kind of tells you this. And if you don't know what it is, there's recommendations that our thing does. Then you go down here and click on Analytic Details. It tells you all about what it is. So if I go back here to all these, so you see these are the ones for corn. Now watch as I switch it to soybeans. There's a lot more. So now you can see those categories got more of them. So we got soybean cyst nematode, sudden death syndrome, soybean stem canker, brown rot, charcoal rot, white mold. We can test for white mold spores in your soil. Everything that you need to help plan for your next season. So sudden death, we got these zones that are showing us that there might be an issue if you were to plant soybeans there. All of them, just going through them here. Soybean stem canker, white mold. So we have white mold in this corner, and this area. And so more than likely, if you plant soybeans there, and you really have to plant soybeans there, and you're worried about white mold, you can come in after your beans are up, and these would be your first places you'd want to scout. This one would be this is the highest numbers, so this would be the one I would scout personally to stay ahead of it. That way, if I see it there, then I know, but I need to get treating. So same thing, lots of these. So like I said, you can change from crop to crop. They're all different. So now let's go to foliar. So in fact, notice all these four for frog eye leaf spot. We can test for it. That same spot, the head white mold, also has frog eye leaf spot. And if we go to corn is going to have a few more extra ones. This is where we can test for gray leaf spot in your soil, Goss's wilt, northern cornleaf blight, tar spot. We can find tar spot in your field, and if it's in this, it's in the soil. So the potential for it to come back the following year on corn is highly likely if the conditions are right, which is kind of what people are seeing in our area this year. We've been cool and damp, and I got a feeling it's going to start exploding here before too long, kind of like you did the end of last year. So there's the tar spot. Click on the details. Anything that's over 0 is high risk because it just shows that it's out there. So again, if you are worried about tar spot, these would be the spots you would want to go scout first. And those would probably be, because nobody's got time to scout their whole entire field. So to save you some time, you can use this program and find your hot spots. So alrighty, so that is the diseases, and I will make another video for the biofertility. Stay tuned.